What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a hoot and a holler. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Drop a like if you do. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and also, couple special things to announce here. So first off, follow me on Twitter. That's linked in the description. Don't miss that. But second off, this is kind of a special one. So a lot of you guys have been just bombarding my comments, telling me to go on Dope as Yola's podcast. We texted each other the other day, and hey, it's set, boys. It's happening. I'm flying out to LA in June. We're going to film the episode, and it will probably go up, I don't really know when. Maybe in July. I don't know what the schedule for his uploads are. I don't handle all that. But you guys could stop harassing us about it now. Hey, we're making it happen, baby. Thanks for letting us know a million times over in the comments of every video that you wanted this to happen. We're making it happen. But either way, now that that's been stated and out of the way, let's dive right into the video. So, this one took place back in my senior year of high school, and I guess not really my senior year, but what was supposed to be my senior year, because I dropped out at this point. But I was chilling at my house on this fateful day, just sitting at home doing fuck all at my dad's house, and I get a call from my boy Michael. Michael hits me up, not a call, a text, whatever. He contacts me, all right? Michael hits me up and he's like, hey, what are you on today? I tell him I'm not on shit. I didn't have work that day, and I had nothing at all to do, so I invite him over. I'm like, yo, dude, my dad's going to be at work till late as hell tonight. You should come through, try to find a ride over here or something. So a little bit of time goes past. He's like, bet, dude, let me get ready. I'll try to find a ride. I'll hit you up. A little bit of time goes past, and finally he's like, yo, dude, I'm just going to Uber there because I can't really find anyone who's not at school right now that's down to drive me, right? So I'm like, bet, sounds good. It was still pretty early in the day at this point. It was like not even noon yet, maybe 10 or 11. So kind of understandable that all the people that would be able to drive him probably aren't awake yet, right? Because they're crackhead bums, okay? At least in our contact list, all right? We had quite a few of those like weird 23, 24-year-old dudes who like still hung out with the high schoolers who back then we thought were cool, but now that I am a 22-year-old man, I realize that that's extremely strange. But back then it was no concern, right? So he couldn't find a ride. He catches his Uber and gets over to my house, right? It's still pretty early in the day, and, we've both got some weed, so we decide let's just match, We roll up a couple blunts. He brought some wraps over, and I still had some as well. And we're just chilling, having a good time. We're sitting up in my bedroom. We're playing Xbox. We're playing Madden. I had the 360 hooked up. It was to the TV that was in my room, and we're just playing Madden, smoking out my room, having a good time, It's a hoot, if you will. We're trying to figure out if more people want to come over or not, but, most of our friends are in school at this point. Michael just never went to school. He was a grade below me. He was a junior. He should have been in school, but this kid never showed up, and I dropped out at this point. I was a bum, too. So we started hitting up all the people we knew that had graduated. And Bill ended up even coming over at this point. Maybe an hour goes by and Bill comes over, and we're all chilling, dude. We're matching. We're smoking up. It's myself, Bill, and Michael. We smoke for a little bit, and we decide, like, yo, boys, we need to get some food. My dad has a very nice grill out back. I've talked about this many times in some of my older stories, but me and my friends used to always put this grill to work, dude. There was a Jewel Osco grocery store maybe 2 blocks away. It was the one I worked at, and I worked at it at this time, which made it way worse that I was stealing from here, but I didn't really give a fuck, honestly. I was a god-awful employee, right? So we end up deciding, yo, let's go to the grocery store, let's get some stuff to cook, and maybe even steal some liquor while we're at it. So we all hop into Bill's car, and we ride over there, and we walk in, and Bill waits in the parking lot, and Michael and myself go inside. Now, Michael kind of lets me lead the way. He's like, dude, I don't really steal shit like you do. Like, just hey, show me how it's done. So I do exactly that. I grab a cart, I act like a normal shopper. I go to the back, and we're checking out the meat, and I'm like, dude, we're stealing this. Like, we can cook anything, like we can grill steaks, we can grill anything. But we decided on burgers. We were like, yo, let's just get like the organic burger meat, dude. Let's just get like the finest grade like burger meat, So we're looking through the prepackaged section. We grabbed some, I don't know what it was, organic bullshit, whatever. It looked fancy, cost more than the rest of it. Threw it in our cart, and while we were there, we were like, yo, dude, let's, like, get ingredients, too. I didn't really know if my dad had anything in the pantry to make burgers with, so I was like, well, hey, fuck it, boys, let's grab the stuff while we're here. So we go grab the buns, we go grab the cheese, we grab our condiments, all that stuff. Hey, we had it all on lock, dude. We were ready to go at this point. We grabbed some bags of chips, and now it's time for the liquor. We're trying to decide what kind of liquor to grab, whether we want to grab vodka or whiskey or some beers. And we're like, dude, we're grilling, we got to get beers. It's a fairly nice day out, too, like it was fall at this point. It was a very nice day out. It wasn't too hot. Fall's the perfect time of year, in my opinion. So I was like, bet, dude, let's get some brews. I honestly don't remember what kind of beers we got. This was like 4 years ago, dude. Listen, my go-to beer was always Heineken. So for the sake of the story, we're just going to say Heineken, because I honestly don't remember what beers we drank. I just remember getting drunk as hell this day, right? So we grabbed some Heinekens, and we've got them in the cart, and now it's time to leave the hell out of here. It's time to dip. We've got everything in the cart, and once you get the alcohol in the cart is when things get sketchy, because neither of us look anywhere near 21. So up until that point, we're just normal shoppers. But once we got the liquor in our cart, now we're thieves. So we get that liquor in the cart, and how this jewel was laid out, God bless this place. I worked here, but listen, I didn't give a damn, okay? Working there was kind of an advantage for me, because I knew that they really honestly never caught anyone stealing. So we've got this cart now, and I learned at this jewel that the exit, like the entrance doors, open the opposite way. They've got it laid out where, like, yeah, if you want to go out the exit, you might have to go past a place where an employee might see you. But the entrance doors open both ways at this location. So I'm out the jam, dude. I just fucking leave. I up and dip. I'm like, all right, come on, Michael. Follow me. Let's go. We're going out back the way we came. So we waltz right onto the store. Hey, no question, dude. No one even batted an eye at us. We go back to Bill's car. We load up the trunk with our goodies, and we cruise back a couple blocks over to my dad's house. We're chilling out at this point. We're drinking up. We're having our brews, having a good time. We grill up our burgers. We even put the buns on the grill. We're having a hoot, dude. It's a blast of a day. We're fucked up. We're eating our burgers and we're chilling out. I remember we sat downstairs because my dad had this huge ass TV. He was very big into watching movies, so like he had a giant TV. We did not live in like a super nice house. It's not like he was wealthy or anything, but all of his money he put into like televisions. So in our living room, we had this like 75-inch Sony, just crazy TV, dude. So we're all sitting there. I don't remember if it was 70, 75. It was a really big and expensive and nice TV with a surround. It was dope. So we're sitting down there. We're eating our burgers. We're watching some TV. And Bill eventually has to leave. Bill, he daps us both up. He up and dips, and now it's just me and Michael getting drunk as hell. We're feeling good. We had this whole, I believe it was a 24 rack, if I remember correctly. 24 or 30. It was a lot. I remember we did not get a 12. We were like, dude, we're going to need more than 12. We got a lot of brews here. We're drinking good. I want to say I drank probably 6 or 7 beers. I was absolutely shit-faced at this point. And Michael was like, yo, dude, it's getting kind of late. Like, what time's your dad coming home? We'd been chilling for a good portion of the day. And I look at the clock and I'm like, bro, my dad's not coming home until like 8 o'clock. Like, we have way more time than this. And he's like, yeah, but you know what? I kind of want to like go back, to my side of town, because my dad lived like 2 towns actually away from Michael and most of my other friends. So he wanted to go back up, by his house and do some stuff up there. He wanted to grab some more weed, do a little bit of hustling, that kind of thing. So I'm like, all right, like if you want to go up there, I'm fine, but like I can't really give you a ride. Like I don't have a ride right now. You don't either. You Ubered here. So we got to figure out what the play is. I didn't have wheels at this point. This is right before I'd gotten my Mazda. So I didn't have wheels at this point. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, or no, this is after, not before, pardon me. I'm fucked up right now, boys. This is after the Mazda incident had happened. Those of you guys who know what I'm referring to, real OGs, you know the Mazda incident. If you don't, it's best left in the past. But either way, so I didn't have a car at this point. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, like we could try to figure out a ride or something, I guess. So I'm hitting up everyone I know. He's hitting up everyone he knows. And eventually he finds a ride for us. A while goes by. It takes us a very long time to find a ride. Probably like, I'd say 30 minutes, of just sitting on the couch, doing nothing but just sitting on our phones, hitting people up. And he's finally like, yo, I've got someone to come pick us up. I'm like, bet. Like, what's the plan? Should I come with? Should I stay here? And he's like, yeah, dude, we could just go back to my house. I just kind of wanted to go back there, chill there a little bit, have some people over. And I'm like, bet, dude, sounds good. Let's roll back there. I'll come with you. Can this guy give me a ride home later? He's like, yeah, no problem. Sounds good, dude. He'll definitely give you a ride home. So I'm all set. I'm ready to go. I grab the little bit of weed I have left. I grab the case of beers, and we're sitting in the living room waiting for his homie to pull up. His buddy pulls up, and we go out. We throw the beers in the trunk. And we're going to call his friend, what name are we going to give him? I'd never met this fucking guy before. We're going to call him Andrew, okay? No, let's call him Alex. I think I've used Andrew a few times, but we're gonna call him Alex. Alex was a man that was much older than us, okay? He pulls up in this, I think it was a Honda Civic, either an Accord or a Civic. It's kind of hard to distinguish between the two, and like the 99 ones, the old ones. But either way, he pulled up in an old shit bucket Honda. If you guys have ever seen those videos where people like put tape over the windows on their car and then spray paint it to paint it, it looked like this guy did that to his car, but it was starting to chip off. It looked horrible. He pulls up in an absolute shit bucket. We load up the trunk and hop in his car. I dap him up, and this car stinks like cigarettes. Dude, he's smoking one when he pulled up. It was gross. And you could just tell that this guy was older than us, you know? He looked like one of those textbook, like, early 20s guy who still hung out with high schoolers. He had the backwards hat. He's whipping the Civic. Stunk of cigarettes. He is just the... Listen... I was very confident, based on a first impression of this guy, that he was probably dating a 16 or 17-year-old. And I don't know how old this guy was, but just 100% no less than 21. Because we mentioned, you'll understand why in a minute, but we mentioned the liquor in the trunk, and he's like, yeah, I'm 21, dude. I'm old enough to have that, whatever. But either way, we get in the back, we dap him up, and we're cruising back up to Michael's house. We get about 5 minutes from my dad's house, and about 5 minutes from my dad's house is a highway exit. That's a pretty major one. There's a lot of traffic. We're cruising a little bit, and as we get across this highway exit, there's a little bridge that goes across, right? As we cross the bridge and go past that, a state trooper gets out behind us. We're just chilling. We're bumping music very loud. This guy is destroying the speakers in his car. So this state trooper gets off the ramp, and he's, like, right fucking behind us. Originally, I remember he pulled out, because I saw him first. I was, like, looking behind us. I was like, oh, shit, dude. Like, a cop just got off. But he's in the other lane, so I don't think shit of it. So I'm looking forwards again. I forget the cop's even there, because I'm drunk as fuck. It crossed my mind for maybe 5 milliseconds, and then as soon as I turned away, forgot the guy ever existed. We cruise a little bit further, and, what did I call him? Alex? Dude and driver? I don't fucking know. Alex, I think it was. He starts tweaking out. He's like, oh, shit, dude, he's freaking out. And I'm like, what? What's going on? He's like, the cop's behind us, dude. Like, the cop's like, he's riding my ass. He's right behind us. So Alex reaches into his middle compartment and pulls out a bag full of bars. Now, I say bag full. It was not full, okay? It was just a little baggy. But he had, like, 5 bars in there, right? He's like, shit, dude, like... These are all the ones I have left. Like, you guys might have to take these with me here. And we're not even getting lit up at this point. I'm like, whoa, like, hey, like, hold your horses here, dude. Let's calm down. Like, we're going to be okay. And he starts rambling on about how, each bar is a felony. Oh, we're fucked, dude. If this cop, like, I can't go to jail, dude. I can't take all 5. I'm already barred out. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, shit, dude. Like, this is getting really bad really fast. But I'm drunk as hell at the same time. I can't take any bars. I'm wasted. And so is Michael. So we're sitting here and he's got these bars out. And he's like, dude, you guys got to take these before you, come on, dude. Like, he's going to pull us over. And he actually did. He was riding our ass for a minute. And we're sitting there debating taking the bars. But after we go through a red light, the dude and driver, Alex, I keep calling him the dude and driver. Listen, Alex, an irrelevant individual. Never saw him again after this day, right? But either way, Alex, he starts changing lanes and shit, trying to see if the cop's following him. And of course, when you do that, the cop's going to follow you, right? So the cop starts changing lanes with us and staying on our ass. And Alex is freaking out. He's like, dude, just fucking take him. And after I see, the cop's actually following us and stuff, and me being a drunk idiot, I'm turning my head all the way around to look at the cop following us. I'm like, okay, pass us some bars. We have to do this right now. So Alex, originally, we try making him take 3 and we each take 1. Because we're like, bro, we're drunk. He's like, no chance, dude. I have to drive. All of this is taking place in the split second, like within 10 seconds. We're literally all yelling at each other. We're like, dude, you take 3, we'll take 1. He's like, no, I have to drive. I can't drive off 3 bars. I already took a bunch of them. I'm like, dude, you got to take, like, we're drunk as hell. We're going to pass out and die. Like, you got to take them. We're freaking out. Maybe like 15 seconds of this yelling goes by. Finally, we agree upon, myself and Michael take 2, he takes 1. So we pop our 2. Homeboy Alex, he takes 1. We hop in the left turn lane coming up to this next light. Lo and behold, we make this left. Cop lights us up as soon as we get past this turn. I'm pretty sure he was just waiting to light us up until we got off a main road or something. But this state trooper was just, hey, he was eyeing his prey. And it's much worse to get pulled over by a state trooper than it is a regular cop. Because state troopers, like, their whole job is really traffic. They sit on highways and stop you for speeding. They run your plates. Really, all they do is just nail people for stupid, petty shit. At least if there's like a city cop behind you, he might have somewhere to go. Like, maybe his lights aren't on, but he's not actively, looking out to fuck every person in sight. But the state troopers, dude, they're dirty predators, bro. They're horrible people. So we get nailed. We actually get lit up. And once the lights go on, I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. We got these Xans down the hatch, luckily. We're good to go. We had some beverages in the car, some questionably warm and probably very old water that we had to drink to get these down. But nevertheless, they were down. So I was feeling more relieved. I'm feeling much better. We're sitting there, and we pull over. Alex pulls his car over, and Michael's sitting there, and he's trying to lecture us on, like, how to talk to cops. He's like, yo, just be calm, guys. Like, just act cool. And we're sitting there, and we're like, dude, like, but, like, this cop's not, like, dude, we just took the bars. Like, what do we even have? You're 21, Like, we're fine. Like, sure, we're drunk, but at this point, I didn't care. I didn't care. Did not give a fuck. What's he gonna do? Give me a ticket for underage drinking? Oh, whoops. I'm not driving. I'm not drunk. Like, who cares, dude? Whatever. I was not worried at all. So the cop comes up, and he goes straight to the driver's side window. And this cop is a son of a bitch, bro. You can tell that he wanted our blood, bro. He gets out of the car, and he's one of those fat fucking cops who's not quite bald, but he's almost all the way bald. But it looks like he's trying his hardest to hang on to his youth with his hair. He's got that haircut where it's like bald on the top, but he's got the hair around the side. Looks like shit. Kind of like I don't know who has, like a George from Seinfeld, if you guys have seen. He looked like that. He looked like George from Seinfeld. Just a piece of shit cop. Gets out and walks up to the driver's side window, and he's like, oh, do you know why I stopped you today? Alex is like, oh, no, I don't. The cop tells him that he stopped him because his tag's expired. He's like, oh, I just, stopped you because your tag's expired. Do you have license and registration? So Michael's like, oh, I'll grab it for him, sir. Michael listen, he was a smooth talker, dude. He was very good at talking to cops. A lot of my friends, I personally felt that, like, when I was in a lot of situations, usually I'd kind of make myself the one to talk to cops or, like, other, like, people of authority because I felt like I'm a pretty smooth talker. But Michael knows what he's doing. That guy can talk, dude. So I let him do it. He's like, oh, yeah, officer, I'll grab it for you, Alex. He opens the glove box. He pulls out this big old owner's manual, all the shit in there. He's got his insurance. Alex is like, oh, yeah, it's right there. Michael gets the insurance out. He hands it to him. He hands the cop his L's. The cop goes back to his car, and we're chilling at this point, He didn't even bother carding the other people in the car. He didn't ask shit about the other people in the car. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, this is good, Maybe it's just like he's going to give you a ticket for your tags or some shit. So the cop goes and sits in his car for what seems like forever, And he comes back to the car. And then he starts asking questions. He comes back and he's like, okay, so your plates come back fine. You do have some expired tags. And he asks, he's like, so where are you guys going today? What are you guys up to? And Michael immediately chimes in. He's like, oh, we just went out to get some food. We're going back to my place. We actually just went and sat down at McDonald's for a little bit. He's bullshitting the hell out of this cop. And this was honestly probably the smoothest traffic stop ever. We did not have to take these bars at all. There was no need for us to do this. The cop did not search shit. He didn't sniff shit. And we hadn't smoked any weed in the car either. So it's not like he was going to be like, all right, everyone out, The car stunk of cigarettes, which probably actually helped out a lot because we did have a little bit of weed on us, but it wasn't that big of a deal thanks to the stinky ass whip, And also we didn't have that grade of weed, so it's not like it reeked that much. So the cop comes back to the car, asks us where we're going, and we answer. And then he just writes homie a ticket. He's like, yo, listen, I'm just going to write you a little citation here for the I don't know if it was a citation or a warning, but he gave him a piece of paper either way. He was like, I'm just going to give you a citation for the tag here. Go to the DMV, renew your tags. You could do it online now, all that yada yada. And we get the fuck out of there. Now, at this point, as soon as the cop gets back in his car, he tells us we're good to go, and he goes back to his car. We pull out, and I realize really quick, like, yo, 15 minutes ago, we just each took a bunch of bars. I need to go home. Like, I'm not going to be functional. So I tell Alex, I'm like, dude, like, you need to take me home or something, bro. I don't think I can link now. Like, I'm 7 beers deep, and you just made me eat 2 Xans. Like, Just hit a Yui, dude. She's like, okay, all right, I'm not going to take a U-turn in front of the cop. I'll pull into the neighborhood up here, you know? So we pull a little further ahead, and we pull into the neighborhood and wait, you know, a few minutes until the cop dips. And then we go back to my house, and he drops me off. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, boys, but this ain't going to work. I was already so fucking drunk, and I knew that, impending doom was about to go down. So I get dropped off. I dap up Michael. I thank him for hanging out. I dap up Alex. I said, thanks for the ride, dude. And the free Xans, I guess. And I go back into my house, and I don't remember much from here, but I go back into my house, and I go upstairs. And I remember sitting in my room, and I get on my computer, and that's it. That's all she wrote. I blacked out. I don't remember shit. I woke up the next day, very late in the fucking day. Super late. I didn't wake up for my dad coming home. I slept through the whole afternoon, the whole night, the whole next morning. I probably got a good 22 to 23 hours of sleep. It was remarkable. My fucking God. But listen, a word of advice to everyone watching this. Do not combine Xanax with alcohol. Hey, it's not good. Just smoke your weed and drink some liquor. That's really it. But this was a hoot of a day, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, gamers.